Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 75291, the Death Star Final Duel from the LEGO Star Wars theme. This set contains 775 pieces, 5 minifigures, and retails for $99.99 in the US. To start off, I just want to show how this set has like two major forms. The first is like this closed up form. This is like really great for like small displays or if you're like trying to store it easily. This looks quite good. You can disconnect these side areas just like this and swing them to the sides. And then this front area can be pulled out to create a longer walkway. And just with that simple transformation, this set is already a lot bigger. The front section has like these little bars on the sides, and the back sections have these little clips. So if you first just push the front section in, and then you connect the two clips to the bars, that's how you shrink it back down to its smaller form. Starting at the front, this is like a little sliding door area where there's two like royal guards out front. I removed them so you guys can better look at it. You can see there's a couple like cool pieces of texture here. They use like ice skate pieces right here, which look quite cool, and I like the roundness of this and the dark red color because that's not really used in other parts of the set. There's also like a golden chalice with the minifigure head and then like a little sand green minifigure statue. I'm not sure what those two are supposed to represent. I haven't watched Return of the Jedi in a very long time, so I may just be forgetting, but if anybody knows what those two are referencing, let me know in the comments. But regardless, they're still cool pieces to get. I always appreciate whenever we get these little statues. These sliding doors, unfortunately, I haven't been able to get them to close completely. There's always like a slight gap in the middle, which is very unfortunate. That may not be the case for everybody, but I do have it all put together correctly, and it's just like there's a tiny little gap that's there, which is like, it bothers me a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. But you can pull these sections on the sides to open the doors up just like this, and that opens up to expose the stairway to the Emperor's throne. There's look at that path that can be put away, just a few large tiles, nothing all too special there. Here's the staircase right here with little gaps underneath each step. I think this looks quite good and it's very unique. There's also a play feature incorporated with it. If you push down this like little lever piece right here, two of the stairs will fall off just like that. You can imagine them coming off like during a lightsaber duel or like being moved by the Force. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of that play feature. I think it makes these stairs just a little too flimsy and I'd prefer if they were just more solid, but it's definitely an interesting inclusion. Over here you can see these like iconic like black and blue beams from the Emperor's throne room. They're on each side right here. And then at the top of the stairs you can see the Emperor's throne as well as where Luke and Vader stand, which I will remove for the time being so you can better look at it. There's a decent bit of room for the fight to take place here. I wish there was a little bit more room because Luke and Vader are a little cramped if you want to have them fight and like actually be able to move around, but there's enough space where it's not like too crazy. And then the Emperor's throne is right here. This could swivel so you can have it facing out towards the window or facing in towards Luke and Vader. There's also some clips on the side and some clips on the back if you want to hold his lightsaber or Luke's lightsaber when he stole it from him. It's nice that they put those there so you have like a way to hold the weapon if you're not using it. On the walls, we have some like stickered and printed pieces. This little console piece right there is a print, but this one right here is a sticker just showing the Death Star and some stats about it. Very similar, albeit different sticker on this side, and then the same exact print. Moving over to the left, this little section is the little reactor shaft that Vader throws Palpatine down at the end of Return of the Jedi. It's got a big window out the back, just like Palpatine's throne room. And then the reactor shaft itself has some stickers right here with like the iconic lights from the Death Star. You can see another one of the stickered pieces right there. Looking down into the reactor shaft, you can see there's actually some stickered pieces on the inside too. It's just some pipes and wiring, and you won't see it most of the time because it is covered up, but I do appreciate that they include that just to add a little bit more detail. And the bottom is hollow, so if you want to actually like suspend this in the air and have Palpatine fall down even further, you can. But if you want, just drop him in there just like that, and there he is, he's gone. Over on the right side, we have another window and then a little walkway right here. I believe this walkway is meant to be the one that gets taken out when a lightsaber gets thrown during the final battle in Return of the Jedi. You can see right here, there's this little like leg holding the walkway up, but that's not actually attached. It's just sort of inset into a stud. So you can actually like knock that out with your finger just like that, and the entire walkway will fall down. There's also a little play feature right here. You can put a minifigure right there and then push down right here on this, and you can have it like emulate a force jump. It's not amazing, right? Like Luke's not actually gonna get up to the platform like 99% of the time, but I still think it's a fun inclusion. It's just something you can do if you want. Oh hey, I actually did it. Look at that. I take that back. Maybe it's easier to get him up there than I thought. Somehow, Palpatine has returned. Coming around to the back, here's that right window from the back. You can see there's just like some tan pieces right here that can actually hinge open if you want it to, but most of the time you probably want to keep it closed. Same thing with the main window. I don't like these exposed studs here, here, and here. It just feels a little bit awkward to me, but once again, that window can open and it can close just like that. Underneath it too, there's actually a fairly large bit of room. You can actually pose some figures there if you want. So if you want to have some of the fight take place underneath Palpatine's throne, you can actually do that. And finally, here's the window above the reactor shaft. The reactor shaft does not have like stickers on this side of it, and the window is exactly the same as the other two. It can be opened up just like that and be closed right back up. Here are the first two figures included in this set. We have Luke Skywalker and we have Darth Vader. This is the Return of the Jedi version of Luke Skywalker, and while he looks good, he feels kind of basic for 2020 LEGO Star Wars. Like, I wish he was updated a little bit more. You can see here he comes with handcuffs and his lightsaber. I'm going to remove them so you get a better look at his torso. But the torso printed on top of the black is only 3 colors, which I mean can work, but it's just a lot of just like open black space. I feel like this definitely could have used a lot more like detail on it, similar to what Vader has. Additionally, he has unprinted legs, which again, they work, but just having like a little bit of robes hanging down similar to what Vader has figures would have been a lot more interesting, would have looked a lot better for this guy. I do like how he has the one glove and the one, like, open hand, though. That's, like, a nice touch, and this hairpiece, while it is very old, works surprisingly well for this version of Luke, so I have no complaints with it. Vader, on the other hand, is absolutely awesome. This is my first time getting the Vader with arm printing, and I love how this guy looks. I didn't know Vader with arm printing was something I needed, but now that I have it, I'm so happy I do. It adds just such a nice level of detail that makes the suit feel like so much realer, and I genuinely just love it. Vader has come a long way from like 2012 even, like when he had the old head mold and like no arm printing and no leg printing. It's very impressive what this character has become and how they've translated him into LEGO form. And I'm incredibly happy with the current state of this guy. Vader's helmet's in two pieces as it's been for the past few years. You can see his face print underneath. That actually makes sense for this set because this is the scene where Luke actually takes Vader's helmet off like this. So this is the set that like this face print was designed for, and it looks perfect here. I'm noticing this face print is printed like really sharply on my figure. Like, that's something I haven't seen in LEGO for a little while. Face prints are usually a little bit fuzzy like Luke's here, so this looks very good. I'm not sure if that's the case with everybody's Vader or just mine. I just got a lucky batch, but it looks really good. I like that. But removing his cape and the bottom half of his mask, there's a better look at him. There's a better look at that arm printing too. Again, it looks incredible. Like, genuinely, just a little bit of silver with those lines and everything just feels so much more like Vader than the previous versions, and I love a lot that they did this. And then turning these two around, you can see their back torso prints and alternate faces. Luke just has like a slightly agitated alternate face. I kind of wish this was a little more exaggerated. It just feels a little too neutral for my liking. And back torso print again is a single color print. It just feels a little too basic. Like, I could have seen that print in like 2001. Like, that's how like antiquated it feels. I really wish they would update this with a little more detail. Vader 2 has a very simple back torso print, but I think it works. I like the silver on the top, though. A little more detail would be nice. I think this is fine, especially because it's going to be covered by the cape at most times. And then you can see he's got these scars on the back of his head. I think those are such a cool touch, and they look great. I really, really like how he was done. Moving on, here's the next three figures included in this set. We have Emperor Palpatine and two of his royal guards. Palpatine here is similar to the 2016 version, I want to say. I don't remember what year it was, but he's got the updated hood mold now instead of the, like, older hood. This is my first time getting the updated hood mold, and I think this is definitely an improvement over the old one. It just feels a lot more detailed, a lot more, like, modern LEGO. The old one feels very antiquated, so it's cool to see that updated here. Torso, similar to Luke, I would have preferred like a little more color to it, like even just a second shade of gray would have been nice, but it does have that detail though that Luke was somewhat lacking with a lot of folds in it, and I do like how the printing continues into his legs. I just wish there was a little bit more going on here though. Face print though is excellent. I love like the bright yellow Sith eyes, and he's got like that very angry face and all the wrinkles that captures Palpatine's look very well. He also comes with two lightning pieces like he always does, but those pieces are always really cool to get. I remember loving those pieces as a kid and thinking they were the coolest thing, so it's cool to see them here. The royal guards are both identical, so I'm only going to take a look at one of them. These are quite similar to previous versions, though there is one really cool touch about these. The torso's been the same for literally years. Like, I think the 2008 Death Star came with the same exact torso, though they updated it to have dark red arms instead of solid red arms, which I do think is a nice improvement. I like the hoods here too. They're very weird looking, but they're a quite accurate representation of how these like characters look in the movie, so I like to see that here. My favorite thing about these guys by far though has to be the capes. The capes are actually different color on each side. On like the inside they're a dark red, but on the outside they have this bright red color just like the rest of their body, and I think that's really cool how it's like a two-colored cape. That's just a nice touch that I appreciate that they did, and you get two of them here, which I like. Another nice inclusion is the set actually does come with Palpatine's lightsaber as well. Obviously, in Return of the Jedi, he never actually uses lightsabers. Lightsaber's never shown, but if you're a fan of the prequels, you know that he does have a lightsaber, so I just appreciate they included it, even if it wasn't, like, necessary for the scene. There's Palpatine with his hood and cape removed, and there's what one of the Emperor's guards looked like with the hood and cape removed. Emperor's guards, unfortunately, just have unprinted black faces. It works, but it would have been cool if they had, like, some face printing on the alternate face, but no, it's just an unprinted black head. Palpatine, you better look at that face print with all those, like, wrinkles on it. It's a very accurate representation of the character. I liked it a lot. I also like the skin tone they chose, like this, like, paler tan. This isn't, like, the same standard skin tone that Luke used. It's, like, slightly off-colored, which very, like, well represents Palpatine, because he is just sort of, like, creepy and odd-looking, so I like that a lot here. I did like the gray they used to use back in the day, but I think this is a nice alternative. And then turning around, you can see his alternate face where he's super angry. I absolutely love that. That captures Palpatine's look very well. Unfortunately, no back torso print at all for him. That's really unfortunate. I would have liked something there. However, that is covered up by the cape at most times, though, so it doesn't bother me all too much. It just would have been nice to get it. Turning the guard around, same thing with him, no back torso printing, which again, a little disappointing. It would have been nice to get some, but again, it's covered up by the cape at most points, so you never see it anyway, so it's not a huge deal. So overall, would I recommend this set? I'm incredibly mixed on this one. Don't get me wrong, I like this set, but just thinking about the value, it's hard for me to say. I got this set around the same time my friend Matthew got the Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon from Ninjago, and that's a set I already had, and comparing those two when he was sending me pictures and I was sending him pictures of this, they're just not even in the same league. And that's how I feel about most Star Wars sets nowadays. Like, they're good, but there's so many better options from different themes at this price nowadays. There is a lot of good things here, though. I love the Vader arm printing, though. You can get that in a cheaper set if you're able to find it. The new guards are cool. I like the Palpatine figure. The overall build is very nice looking. Like, I like the three sections. I like how it can be condensed or open. It's a very nice representation of the actual scene from the movie. It's got some fun play features, and it just looks good on a shelf. My biggest problem is just the value. Like, I get it comes with Vader with arm printing, but Vader with arm printing alone is not worth an extra $20, because this feels like a $70 to $80 set to me. This does not feel like $100. I was fortunate enough to get it for only $36 on sale at Walmart, so for that price, yeah, this is an amazing set. But most places still have it for full price, and for full price, I don't know if I can recommend it. However, if you do ever see it on sale, like for even just 20% off, I think it's a good set to get. It's not exceptional, but it's pretty good, and I had a lot of fun with it. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you do want to get this set, you can click the first link in the description. That's my Amazon affiliate link, and I'll take you to the Amazon listing for this set. If you buy this set through that link, it'll help support me at no extra cost to you, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.